This work is not that easy as you think. It's not. I came here, it was a two-way thing. Okay? Okay, me, I just wanted to enlighten you of what is going on the grassroots. And in that we have solidarity to help us join the struggle of liberating the marginalized LGBTI community in Uganda. Okay. My mother should report me to police within 24 hours if this bill passes, if it becomes into law. My neighbor, my landlord, even the doctors, even a medical service provider, if he knows I'm gay, he should report. Otherwise, he's going to go in for 3 years imprisonment if he doesn't. So, when you talk of the traditional family, the bill is supposed to protect. I don't see there whereby a relative is supposed to report another relative. Okay, a neighbor to report a brother to report a brother. So, as a gay man, I'm not only worried about myself being gay, but even the family and even the community. First time I just come back from South Africa. It's in South Africa when I realized I fought for their liberation in Johannesburg. But so when I came, I had the same momentum. That is 1998. I tried to liberate my own community in Uganda, but I didn't know anyone. But I knew there were people there. So it's when I was going with gay literature, and I was arrested for a whole week in police custody in Kawempe. But my brother came and bailed me out. I told him not to. That was fine. When I come into such forums like here in Europe, I want to get ideas. I want to get support. How do we make our systems and structures to remain in place? Because we have already built something up here. If the bill passes, we have to go down again, go in hiding. And when we go back in the closet, how it stinks, how it's so bad, everything, HIV, so many things. So how we survive, we've been like hide and seek. Today we have our offices in here. Another 3 months, if we find that we are now become vulnerable, then we have to run away to another area. People gave us some fund like 4 years back, and we have really started awareness campaign in our own people to gain self-esteem. 85% of Ugandans are Christians and 12 are Muslims. So most people are religious. So relating their homosexuality with the religion, it has been really cumbersome. But we have really tried to make awareness in our own communities, people to gain self-esteem. That's why now we have come so much on board. Maybe you would have asked me, why are they bringing the bill now? It's because of our visibility that we have come out on several occasions, okay, to fight for our inclusion into the government health strategies and programs, to be reached out, because we also suffer from HIV. We need health services. We need the doctors and the medical service providers to be aware of our presence, not to ask us, go bring your partner, and when you bring another man, then they ridicule you and tomorrow you don't go back in there. But now we have started trying to look around for some friendly service providers. Okay, so now if the bill passes, because they are going to arrest anyone who gives medicine to me, anyone who gives services to me is going to be arrested because he's promoting homosexuality. So where are we going to run to? But ours, they don't know anything. I don't blame them. They really don't know anything. They are just picked by the people. They are elected in parliament. They don't know international relations. They don't know. They have no trouble. They don't know that you are really there. They are doubting that our existence. They say it's to whites who come and teach us to be gays, by the way. Okay, so the way they reason things is they're using religion, theology, than being scientific or practical. So my argument is, why should Uganda use theology of Muslims and Christians to set up laws rather than looking at the scientific and the reality of issues? 1877 is when the Bible was brought to Uganda. Okay, from I was going to say from here. I thought I was in Britain. From Britain. So all the laws from Britain they were put into the Ugandan constitution. So the sodomy laws, which have been already decriminalized, which have been removed from Britain's constitution, they are now still working down there. So because of the sodomy laws, you know Sodom and Gomorrah, you know what happened? Okay, because that was not consensual sex. So it's where they are based. So our laws, penal codes, you really have the basis from down there. But before 1877, there was no law. Culture, there was no law against this. Although there were names about people who are like us. No wonder our president recently has come up to say, no, these people have been here. Okay, they are not encouraged, although they are not persecuted. So now it's changing, saying, no, just compromise. These people were here before. Maybe after being pushed to read more and to look at things a bit more realistic. Why the bill now? Now, next year's elections in Uganda, our presidents have been there for almost more than 20 years. So maybe they are trying to use this to divert people's attention about issues. There's corruption, roads infrastructure is bad, women are dying when they're producing, schools are really poor, but now they are obsessed of a man sleeping with another man. I don't know whether that's an issue anyway. So that's the one way of looking at it. Two, the religious right people from America, when they came last year in September, they came with this. Okay, they have their agenda. And another question, ask yourself, why are they religious? Why are they finding Africa more vulnerable? Why are they really putting all this effort here? Maybe because of the poverty here, and they have their hidden agenda. They are trying to push it here in Uganda. And Uganda itself, when you look at the bill, the policymakers, they say what they don't want in the Ugandan constitution is to compromise. Other constitution, they say non-discrimination against because of race, color, sexual orientation, gender identity. So Uganda, the policymakers, they say we don't want the two words in our constitution, gender identity and sexual orientation. And apart from the Muslim countries, Uganda wants to set a precedent, okay, of death penalty and life imprisonment because of same-sex relations. So it wants to be the first one. So if Uganda manages to bring this bill, Nigerian bill, you know, it's hovered, it's in the shelves. Nigeria, they had it, but it's kept there. So if Uganda accepts, Nigeria is going to come up. Malawi, you have heard what's happening in Malawi. In Mombasa in Kenya, you heard. Zambia, and then 2 days back, Botswana, they are now refusing the MSM money. They are going to receive some money, MSM, men who have sex with men. But now they say we don't need it anymore. I don't know what the cause is. So that thing moving around Africa, I don't see any love in that. Because if they say Jesus was preaching love, and for them they are preaching death penalty, how are they going to change people to repent and go to wherever they want? They are doing it the wrong way. They are supposed to be spreading love, but now they are spreading hate. South Africa has refused to come up to be at the forefront of considering or handling such issues. Why? Because they fear their friends in Africa to say they are being westernized. South Africa, it's not in reality, it's just as a picture. Sometime back, Museveni has been critical, but I think he's a politician. He was in South Africa. He said, no, let them shoot. Let them eat their thing down there. Okay? Let them not come out and show. That's what he said. Another time, recently he was addressing youth and he said, avoid, don't become gay. This is why we are here. Okay? They are not encouraged, but they are not persecuted. Okay? And one time his minister said they should arrest us. Now he comes back to say, international commotion. Now wherever I go, they ask me about gay people, gay people. So it's just trying to change. Okay? It's just trying to change. So anyway, what we need is just to get those people to be taught, to be educated, to get awareness of the whole issue. I believe they don't know what they are talking about. Because one day he said that, I know even you, some of you, my members of parliament, were like that. So he's coming to realize that this is the reality. Probably they have been always making sweeping statements. And talking like that in such population, it will be like in Germany, you remember. You just mentioned people go out and begin hitting one another, arresting us, blackmailing us. The incense is all about human rights alive, okay? But not just talking about, because what I want the world to see is the hate, which is behind this bill, the faith-based, whatever they are spreading, okay? Will Uganda be able to understand the faith-based hate behind the bill? There is the faith-hate base, which is causing a genocide might come up. We are going to die. So should we wait for that? So what I expect is, let our partners here in Europe reprimand Uganda to follow the obligations they have signed to, not to be inconsistent over those the instruments. So what I expect is another one is to learn how to negotiate and how to lobby my government and the policymakers to do the right thing. Can they inculcate our issues into the government policies? Can they respect us? We're also taxpayers and we're citizens there, like them.